Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. My name is Ayirebuah and this is Ayirebuah Speaks Literally, a podcast about the random things and the random thoughts that shape my personality. And today's randomness is, I'm going to use the word again, random facts in history. So if you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory, then you know the character Sheldon Cooper. I mean, Dr. Sheldon Cooper. And you know how when something comes up or people are having a conversation and then he goes, fun fact, and then he goes ahead and gives the fact that nobody asked for. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm channeling in my inner Dr. Sheldon Cooper. Although my facts are not going to be scientific facts, there are still things that you haven't asked for, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So I hope you enjoy this show. If you're listening to this for the first time, I'm waving at you. Please stay tuned, stay locked, stay sticked. Subscribe and share with your friends. Okay, let's get into the episode.
Well, damn. Hello, how are you feeling? So glad you tuned in. Let's get to talking. Nah. Ayirebuah speaks literally. Yeah, she's speaking literally. About things like literary. Whether happy, scary, or teary, she'll have you feeling very merry. She's about to kill. Nah.
That's right. I came in to knock him out in the first round. Man, that's what I make my mind. But because the people here didn't treat us good, they're making all kind of ways to get the title from us. But I want to prove to them I'm the best in the world, and I want BlaQad. I want McQuiggan, that girl, and I'm gonna knock him out anywhere I'm fighting. I'm ready to fight for McQuiggan anytime, any day, anywhere. Well, I'm ready. This is my national flag. I'm proud of it, and I'm proud of Africa. Man.
Can I ask you, Azumah, sorry to butt in there, but we'd like to know about that punch, because Pat Heldell has never been knocked out in his time, and we're going to show you that punch, and perhaps you could explain to everybody watching on ITV the tremendous power that stopped Pat Heldell for the first time.
Well, I thought BlaQad will move around from me, but as soon as the bell go on, it just comes straight to me. And I said, okay, that's the way I'm going to knock him out in the first round. So I take my time and he start using the jabs, I start bobbing it, and I got him with it, go left uppercut.
Okay, so let's dive right into our first area of facts. We're going to talk about Azumah Nelson and things about Azumah Nelson. We might dive into things about boxing because it's random. Okay, so this week was Azumah Nelson's birthday. On the 19th of July, Azumah Nelson celebrated his birthday. He was born on 19 July 1958. He's 65 years old. If you can't do the maths like me, okay? So yeah, it's a general knowledge that I have about him. If you ask me who's Azumah Nelson, he's a boxer. That's what I know. So I just want to share information that I have now learned. Maybe you already know, but I'm just also sharing information that I've now learned about Azumah Nelson. Okay. So first of all, I didn't know what weight meant. Like there's featherweight, super featherweight, and there's lightweight. Okay. I didn't know what they meant. So this is just things about boxing that I didn't know, and I'm going to tell you. So apparently featherweight is a weight class, and weight class are divisions of competition used to, and I'm reading straight from Wikipedia. That's my source. And also trust me, bro. So weight classes are divisions of competitions used to match competitors against others of their own size. So it's basically like, oh, today we are going to meet our meter. Like when somebody is insulting you, they're like, picking someone your own size. This is what they mean. Weight class. So the boxers, they fight people of their own size. Okay, so Azumah Nelson, he was he was featherweight. Then that is the weight class. Okay. So why did they do these weight divisions? Okay, so they did this to give rise to the practice of weight cutting. And then I also learned that weight cutting is when they do fast weight loss. Okay, like it's a crash course on weight loss. Yes, in sports. So it happens in order to qualify for a lower weight class, because apparently a lower weight class is advantageous. So it's advantageous to weigh as little as possible in boxing. So there are two types of weight cutting. One method is to lose weight in the form of fat and muscle in the weeks prior to an event, and the other is to lose weight in the form of water in the final days before the competition. So the common methods to cut weight include restricting food intake, water loading, and perspiration through exercise. In March 2016, Scottish Muay Thai fighter Jordan Cole, I don't know what Muay Thai is, fighter Jordan Cole, died in Thailand when he was trying to cut weight for a fight. In November 2017, Australia Jessica Lindsay died after extreme weight cutting for Muay Thai is a fight, okay, in Perth, WA. So yeah, I think weight cutting, the gist of it is that it can be bad. The weight divisions that Azumah Nelson acquired: featherweight, super featherweight, and then lightweight. His height, he's 5'5". His reach, I don't know what the reach means. It's 68 inches. Okay, his boxing record. He had a total of 47 fights. He won 39. His wins by knockout were 28 out of the 39 wins that he won. He won 28 of them by knockout. He lost 6 and then he drew 2 of those matches. That is his boxing record. Okay. And then he represented Ghana in Commonwealth Games and All Africa Games. In the Commonwealth Games in 1978 Edmonton, he was featherweight at the time. And the 1978 Commonwealth Games was held in Edmonton, Alberta from 3rd to 12th August 1978. Where were you on that day? Tell us. 2 years after the 1976 Summer Olympics was held in Montreal, Quebec. They were boycotted by Nigeria in a protest at New Zealand Sporting Contact they were boycotted by Nigeria in protest at New Zealand Sporting Contact with apartheid-era South Africa, as well as by Uganda in protest at alleged Canadian hostility towards the government of Idi Amin. So the bid election was held at the 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich. So this was the first Commonwealth Games where a computerized system was used to handle ticket sales. Wow. This was the first Commonwealth Games to be named Commonwealth Games, having dropped British. The games were opened by Queen Elizabeth II for the first time since becoming queen in 1952. Okay. So this was the participating teams in that competition. There were 46 teams that were represented at the 1978 games. Okay, and Ghana was a part of that. And was represented by Azumah Nelson. So Ghana won 1 gold medal, 1 silver medal, 1 bronze medal. So a total of 3 medals were won by Ghana in those games. So gold won by Azumah Nelson from Ghana, featherweight. Silver was won by Adama Mensah, who was heavyweight, and the bronze was won by Kid Jumalia, who was light flyweight. Wow. Okay, So these are very interesting facts to know. Okay, so yeah. Then what else can we learn about his representation of Ghana? He also represented Ghana in the All Africa Games, and the All Africa Games, formerly known as the All Africa Games or the Pan African Games, are continental multi-sport events held every 4 years. They are organized by the African Union with the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, ANOCA, and the Association of African Sports Confederations. All of the competing nations are from the African continent. Duh. The first games were held in 1965 in Brazzaville, Congo. The International Olympic Committee granted official recognition as a continental multi-sport event, along with the Asian Games and Pan American Games. Since 1999, the Games have also included athletes with a disability. Okay, so that's that about the Games. And so in 1978 All Africa Games, the third All Africa Games was in Algiers, and was a multi-sport event, and it played from 13th July 1978 to 28 July 1978 in Algiers, Algeria. 45 countries from 49 independent African countries participated in 12 sports. Ghana was represented by Azumah Nelson in boxing. And so Ghana won 4 gold medals at this competition. 4 gold medals, 4 silver medals, 7 bronze medals. 7 bronze medals and a total of 15 medals at this competition. A fight between the Libyans and Egyptians began at the end of a match after a Libyan player struck his opponent. The field became a ring between the players and leaders on both sides. It was reported that Algerian police did stop the violence. Do they mean did or did not? Live television broadcast the melee to Egypt. Egypt decided, as a result of these incidents, to withdraw from the competition, and the Egyptian Prime Minister called the team home immediately. Then the meeting of Algiers. The meeting gave those African nations associated with the Commonwealth a chance to address another brewing controversy: their proposed boycott of the 1978 Commonwealth Games, which were to be held the following month. Remember, we just spoke about that. In Edmonton, Canada. The discussions were fruitful and the boycott was not carried out. But they said Nigeria and then I think Uganda boycotts those games. Anyway, so yeah, these are facts about the game that Azumah Nelson represented Ghana in. Ghana won a lot of medals in the All African Games in 1978, so that's interesting. So Azumah Nelson, featherweight champion. Nelson won all four of his fights in 1983. He began 1984 by beating Hector Cortez by decision on 9th March in Las Vegas. Then on 8th December of that year, that's 1983, he became boxing royalty by knocking out Wilfredo Gomez in round 11 to win WBC featherweight championship. Behind on 3 judges' scorecards, Nelson rallied in the last round to become champion in Puerto Rico. So I don't think you understand the impact of his wins if you don't understand his competitors. So we are saying that on 8 December of 1983, he became boxing royalty by knocking out Wilfredo Gomez in round 11 to win WC featherweight championship. So I ask you the question, who is Wilfredo Gomez? Because it might sound like a random name to you. So let's talk about Wilfredo Gomez, okay? So Wilfredo Gomez Rivera was born on October 29, 1956, and he's sometimes referred to as Bazooka Gomez. So you can imagine, but somebody called Bazooka. Hey, somebody called Bazooka. And his weight, he had super bantam weight. Now, remember that I said that they said is weight class, right? So if you are a super bantamweight, then you are you contest from 118 pounds up to 122 pounds. That is 54 kg to 55 kg. Okay, so notable fighters to hold championship titles at this weight have been Wilfredo Gomez and others. So this competitor was huge. He weighed his height was 5'5" 5.5 inches. That is 166 centimeters. His reach was 66.5 inches. That's 169 centimeters. His boxing record, total fights 48, wins 44, wins by knockout 42, losses 3, draws 1. So, can you see the type of person this is? That's Azumah Nelson beats. So, this Wilfredo Gomez is frequently mentioned among the best Puerto Rican boxers of all time by sports journalists and analysts, along with Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, Wilfred Benitez, Esteban de Jesus, Edwin Rosario, and Carlos Ortiz. His 17 consecutive knockouts in championship defenses as a junior featherweight is a record for all boxing divisions. He was ranked number 13 on the Ring magazine's list of 100 greatest punchers of all time. In 1995, Gomez was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. His featherweight division. He then retried winning the featherweight title, and this time he achieved his dream, winning his second world title by dethroning Juan Laporte, a fellow Puerto Rican who had won the title left vacant after Sanchez died. So obviously I've skipped a couple of stories. So this might seem like who is Sanchez, but yeah. He beat Laporte by a 12-round unanimous decision. This time, however, he didn't enjoy a lengthy title reign. Ahead on all scorecards, Gomez was the victim of a rally by Azumah Nelson of Ghana, who knocked him out in 11 rounds in San Juan, December 8th, 1984. That's right. Yeah.
Too bad, baby. We won.
So yeah. Azumah Nelson beat him. All right. Let's continue to Azumah Nelson super featherweight. So Nelson began 1998 by defeating Mario Martinez by a split decision over 12 rounds in Los Angeles to win the vacant WBC super featherweight title. Nelson was dropped in the 10th round of their encounter, and the decision was not well received. So now he began by defeating Mario Martinez by a split decision over 12 rounds in Los Angeles to win. Okay. So who is Mario Martinez? Mario Martinez, also known as Azabach, is a Mexican former professional boxer best known for losing to Julio Cesar Chavez for the then vacant WBC super featherweight title on 13th September 1984. So his victory against Navarrete in 1984 earned him a shot against Julio Cesar Chavez for the vacant WBC tongue twister there. WBC super featherweight title on 13th September 1984. In that fight, staged at the Grand Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles, California, Chavez knocked him out. A year later, in 1985, he lost a close split decision to Roger Mayweather. After 8 consecutive victories, he challenged Azumah Nelson for the vacant WBC World Super Featherweight title, but lost by an unpopular split decision. Martinez scored a knockdown in the 10th round, and most ringside observers believed he had a decided edge in the contest. In 1989, he faced Nelson in a rematch, but lost by the 12th round through knockout. Later on, he was beaten by Jeff Fenech and Dingan Thubela, and he retired at the age of 31. So yeah, this is another boxer that Azumah Nelson defeated. That is Mario Martinez. And then on 1st December 1995, I ask you again, where were you? Azumah Nelson defeated world champion Gabriel Ruelas in the 5th round to claim the title of the super featherweight champion. So now let's find out who Gabriel Ruelas is. Gabriel Ruelas was born in Yerba Buena, Jalisco, Mexico, and he's a former professional boxer who held WBC super featherweight world championship from 1994 to 1995. Ruelas turned pro in 1988 and in 1993 challenged WBC super featherweight title holder Azumah Nelson, losing a close majority decision. So yeah, that's who Azumah Nelson also beat. So again, Ruelas lost his title in a rematch to Nelson in 1995 via TKO. I don't know. Is TKO knockout? Through knockout? I should think so. In the 5th. In 1997, he took on hard-hitting Arturo Gatti for the IBF Super Featherweight title, but was TKO'd in the 5th. Yeah, that's what happened against this person. Let's continue with our facts about, or our stories about Azumah Nelson. So, after defeating Gabriel Ruelas in 1995 to claim the title, his first defense took place almost a year later when he and Leah had their 3rd bout. Nelson retained the title with a 6-round knockout. That was the only fight Nelson had in 1996, and as had become his custom. In 1997, Nelson lost the lineal and WBC title to Genaro Hernandez when beating on points in 12 rounds. So his legacy, Azumah Nelson Sports Complex Akanishi, was named after him. In 2014, the biography of Azumah Nelson was published, written by Ashley Morrison. It was titled The Professor, The Life Story of Azumah Nelson. So that is something that we would have to read so that we can get more stories, hopefully in another episode where I can tell you more about Azumah Nelson. In July 2018, Azumah organized a fight night to celebrate his 60th birthday at the Bukom Boxing Arena. This event brought together fighters from highly rated gyms in the country to fight contenders in their division. Some dignitaries, including Neil Vanderpoel and Nii Amakai Amatefu, who are 2 former sports ministers, Ian Walker, the British High Commissioner to Ghana, and Peter Zwenes, the President of Ghana Boxing Authority, graced the occasion. In all, there are 5 bouts, 3 of which were won by knockouts. So this and much more about Azumah Nelson.
Too bad, baby. We won.
Okay, so now on to our next and final area of facts. I had so many things to say today, but I'm going to make this a series. So the next episode, whether in this season or the next season, God willing, we will still come back to these random facts. So let's talk about 11 facts you should know about the Black Stars. And I'm getting this from Prime News Ghana website, the sports section. It was published by Vincent Ashite on 13th March 2019. Okay, so the Ghana national football team represents the country in international association football and has done so since the 1950s. The team is nicknamed Black Stars after the black star in the flag of Ghana, the hope of Africa. So the team, which is the senior national male team of Ghana, has seen success in the past and are regarded as one of the best national football teams in football. Okay. And due to the production of talent and play, they are tagged as the Brazil of Africa football. Really? Are they? Okay. So they are ranked, the Black Stars are currently ranked at 52nd in the world and 6th on the African continent. So this article was written in 2019, but the current ranking of Ghana in 2023 that we are in is 59th. So we moved down a bit. That is our current world ranking. We are not in the top 10 in the African ranking either. Ghana is now 11th on the continent and is also ranked 60th. This is a different response I'm getting, and this article was 2 days ago. So 60th on the global rankings by World Football Governing Body. So yeah, we've moved down a bit since 2019. That's sad. So Coach Kwesi Appiah played left back for the national team from 1987 to 1992. Assistant coach Ibrahim Tanko, a striker in his days, played from 1996 to 2004. Stephen Appiah, former captain of the national team. Stephen Appiah, former captain of the national team, played 67 games from 1995 to 2010. And goalkeeping coach Richard Kingston kept the post from 1996 to 2012. So 44 coaches have led Black Stars from 1958 to date. In 1962, Black Stars played Real Madrid. On 19th August 1962 at the Accra Sports Stadium, the Black Stars played Spanish giants Real Madrid, who were at the time Spanish champions, former European champions and intercontinental champions, and they drew 3-3. Goals from Edward Aqua and Edward Agri-Fin for Ghana, while Ferenc Puskas and Francisco Paco Gento got the goals for Real Madrid. And Black Stars have won 4 AFCON titles. The team has won the African Cup of Nations 4 times in 1963, 1965, 1978 and 1982. Long time ago, Charlie. Long time. Hey. And has been runner-up 5 times in 1968, 1970, 1992, 2010, and 2015. 2015 is still a long time ago. So unbeaten run. After going through 2005 unbeaten, the Ghana national football team won the FIFA Best Mover of the Year award and qualified for their first cup in 2006. The highest FIFA ranking in 2008, Ghana reached a high ranking of 14, according to FIFA World Rankings 2008. And then Ghana Black Stars had 100% record in 2010 World Cup qualifiers. The Black Stars went on to secure 100% record in their qualification campaign, winning the group and becoming the first African team to qualify for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. And then the Black Stars had a record appearance at the AFCON semis. In 2013, the Black Stars became the only team in Africa to reach 4 consecutive semi-finals of the CAF Africa Cup of Nations twice, from 1963 and 1970, and from 2008 and 2013. And then the fastest goal at the 2006 World Cup, Black Stars, Asamoah Gyan's first goal at 2006 World Cup in Germany was adjudged the fastest goal scored in the Mundial. Jan scored under 2 minutes against the Czech Republic. I remember that. The Black Stars jersey voted best in Brazil. The Ghana national football team's football kit for the 2014 FIFA World Cup was ranked as the best kit of the tournament by BuzzFeed. Interesting. And then, the most capped player, Asamoah Gyan, affectionately known as Baby Jets, is the holder of the record with 106 games, having scored 51. So that's the latest sports news for you. So yeah, these are my the facts about the Black Stars that you should know. Per this article by Vincent Ashite.
So good. Come on, let's cheer the stars to victory. Victory, victory. Oh, they're gonna climb every mountain. I know they're gonna cross every river. And they will make the name of Ghana proud. 'Cause we can feel it in our hearts.
Thank you for listening to Ayirebuah Speaks Literally. Na 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 na.